Oh, what's up, YouTube? What's up, Husker Nation? This is Pat Joy. This is Real Men Wear Kilts TV, and what a gut check. I thought this game was going to be a lot closer. I had predicted 28-24 in my video last night. Um, Actual score, I thought Nebraska would win. The actual score ended up being 56-7 in favor of Indiana. Yeah. um, our boys fought hard today. They really did. Refs called it down the middle. I think I counted a total of 10 penalties, 5 for Nebraska, 5 for Indiana, that were actually, that weren't like declined or something. Um, Raiola threw 3 interceptions, which is unusual for him. But before we get into quarter by quarter breakdown, let's talk about one thing. We're used to Indiana being a crap team. We really are. And this year they are not a crap team. They're good. They are really, really good. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up in the Big Ten championship game, probably against Oregon or something like that. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if they go all the way through the playoffs and make it to the title game. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the title. I mean, they are looking like a legitimate championship contender. Now, I know this is a Nebraska channel, and it sounds like I'm praising Indiana, and well, I'm giving credit. That's not what I'm doing. I'm giving credit where credit is due. Um, let's face it, Nebraska was outmatched at every single position today, and it really shows where Nebraska's at and where we need to go to get to a position where we are a national title contender. I think that is coming in the next couple of years. At this point, I know I've been saying all season that we have a chance at winning the getting to the playoffs. At this point at this point, I don't see that happening. I do still see us having a significant chance to finish in the top 25, but and definitely I still see us having a chance to get into a bowl game, possibly winning that bowl game. Um, but let's get into the quarter by quarter breakdown. Some of the things I noticed, some of the things um, some of the things I saw, that sort of thing. Um, First quarter, obviously that opening touchdown drive from Indiana. I mean, they looked that drive just kind of set the tone. Their defense was bringing pressure. Our defense was looking good, but we really needed to watch out for big plays, and that kind of continued out for the whole game. Is that we need to really watch for those big plays, and they were just getting it done. It didn't help that our first drive of the game we got due to a mistake on our receiving our receiving special teams. We ended up getting pinned way deep. I think what the 1 or 2 yard line. Um, we really needed to make something happen in that first quarter, and we just could not get it done. We had a 4th-1 fumble in the red zone. We just couldn't seem to finish drives today. Going into the second quarter, we had our first touchdown with 7 minutes. Our first and only touchdown with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Indiana's defense was being kind of played by penalties a little bit there. Our offense was starting to roll a little bit. At least it looked like they were. And our defense really just needed to stop the long ball. Like Indiana just kept getting these explosive plays on us, and we just couldn't get anything going. Raiola briefly went off the field with the injury. I think he twisted his ankle, but he came right back the next set of downs. Our defense just really could not figure out how to stop Indiana. That continues throughout the entire game. Like, we just could not get there. We caught an interception to finish the half on defense. At the end of the half, it was 28-7 in favor of Indiana. Quarter three, our O-line definitely needed to step up today, and it was really, really noticeable in the third quarter that it just wasn't stepping up. I think Raiola threw 3 interceptions this game. And at that point in the third quarter, we desperately needed a huge explosive play. We just could not get them going. Indiana just, it seemed like they couldn't do anything wrong. And I think it's just because they're a championship caliber team. We're not quite there yet. Fourth quarter, I don't got much for notes there. Matt Rule got unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know what he did. I'll try and find out. Like I said, Indiana just was, the entire game was looking like championship contenders. I mean, you look at this stuff and it's just, as a fan, it's really hard to watch. I think the refs actually called it pretty much fair down the middle. So, I mean, there wasn't really any shenanigans with them. I think there may have been a couple penalties they missed on both sides of the ball. Like I said, I think the referee staff did pretty well today. And like I said, I think this just came down to Indiana being just that good. I know I talked about them having the easy schedule so far compared to Nebraska, but they came out and they showed why they're undefeated, why they're, now 7-0, and why they're ranked in the top 25 versus Nebraska, not being ranked in the top 25. We moved to 5-2. We're still one bowl game away from eligibility. I don't see us beating Ohio State unless, anything can happen on any given Saturday, but I don't see us beating Ohio State. UCLA, they're still not looking that great. I think they might have pulled out a win today. So UCLA, I think we can, when we go into UCLA, I think, we can get our bowl eligibility right there. USC, it's going to be a tough game. I think it's winnable, but it's going to be a tough game. Wisconsin, again, I think it's winnable, but I think it's going to be a tough game. The same thing goes for Iowa. This is a tough stretch in our season this year, and I think it's gonna be difficult. But I think we definitely have the opportunity to go to the bowl game this year. I think we still potentially, if we lose to Ohio State, beat UCLA, and maybe even win out. Starting with UCLA, I think we can probably make the top 25 with that. But I don't see us making the playoffs. I think the team has a lot to work on this week if they want to at least keep the score respectable against Ohio State. Ohio State's another really good team this year, and it's going to be a tough battle, and, just to keep close. Haven't looked on Reddit, but I'm sure there's all kinds of negative comments on Reddit right now. But, you'll have the fair weather fans and whatnot. But like I said, I think there's still hope for this season with Nebraska. I think we'll have a winning season this season. which is a huge improvement over what we've seen in recent years. Um, don't got much else to say. I'll see you all Thursday. Or not Thursday, Friday to do my pregame video for the Ohio State game. And I'll see you after that game to talk about my reaction to it. There's a lot to work on with this team, and I know Matt Rule, he's going to be working on that stuff with the team and players. And, I don't really think there's anything that we need to the team needs to hang their heads over. I think we just got outmatched, outplayed, and, that's the nature of it sometimes. I didn't think it was going to be quite this, I thought it was going to be a significantly closer game and a significantly lower scoring game, but any given thing can happen on any given Saturday, and today just kind of proves it. I don't think anybody saw Indiana coming this season, and they're good. Nebraska's good too, but we're not quite there yet. But I think there's a lot of hope for not only the rest of the season, but also the upcoming seasons and whatnot. And I think Nebraska's going to return to prominence. With that, I'm going to call it. And as always, go Big Red.